Hi, I'm Scott Kerr, President of Courthouse Technologies. Your jury management system is the jewel of your jury management operation. Everything that you do in jury management revolves around that system. If that system doesn't work well for you, everything else that revolves around it isn't going to work well for you either. I've done a little bit of a whiteboard exercise that you can see here behind me to illustrate my point. In a modern jury management system, we have all of these different systems that revolve around that centerpiece, the jury management system. A modern jury management system has public-facing components like interactive voice response, interactive web response like our e-response system, as well as imaging and data capture systems like our IDS system. These systems revolve around juror qualification, juror requests, so requests to be excused or disqualified or to have service postponed to another day. Also juror status reporting. Do I need to report for jury duty and when and where? As well as juror questionnaire information, biographical information, for example, that you might need to capture from jurors in order to facilitate jury management. A modern jury management system may provide integration with external systems. Some of these systems may be on the web, like what we do with Google Maps, with data cleansing through the National Change of Address Registry, for summons printing and qualification questionnaire printing and mailing, through things like Skype for telecommunications services, and payment services like PayPal. Then we have systems for juror payment, whether you pay by cash, or voucher, or check, or prepaid debit card. Whether you integrate with an external financial system, or whether you use an external system for electronic payment, like we do with the PayPal system. And then finally, we have public access kiosk systems that really should be available in a modern jury management system. These are systems that can provide us functions like juror check-in, gathering biographical information if we fail to capture that back here at the e-response stage. Supplemental questionnaires that might be needed to gather information or to facilitate panel selection in certain kind of trials. Juror checkout, again, payment, whichever method that you use. Juror exit questionnaires. And then, of course, all of the systems that we use for monitoring what's happening on our kiosks and for determining what features we expose in a kiosk, which really should be tightly integrated with your JMS. One of the things that you'll notice with all of these systems is that they have one dependency. And that dependency is right here, at the center of it all, your jury management system. If this isn't working well for you, if this isn't fantastic, there's no way that these ancillary systems are going to work efficiently and make your life easier. If these systems are third-party systems, unless they integrate really, really well, these are not going to provide you the kinds of efficiencies that make your jury management operation overall better. I'm now going to turn the floor over to John Arnson, who's a product specialist here at Courthouse Technologies, so that he can show you some of the ways that in Courthouse JMS we deal with integration of these ancillary components in a really intelligent way.
Thanks, Scott. We did a lot of thinking when we approached the design of the Courthouse JMS solution about how these peripheral systems should integrate into the JMS for maximum efficiency. As Scott said, I'm going to show you a couple of examples. Let's take a look. The first example I'd like to show you is the questionnaire template builder. This is a function that allows you to design any type of questionnaire the juror receives via mail and apply it to our interactive web response product, Courthouse e-response, or our imaging system, Courthouse IDS. What's important here is that you can build more than one type of questionnaire. Based on the type of questionnaire you have built, it can be deployed so that it is mandatory when a juror logs into e-response, or used with Courthouse IDS when your staff scans return summonses or questionnaires. As you can see, I have designed a questionnaire with 4 questions that all have specific properties and will help jury staff determine a juror's eligibility based on his or her answers. To show you how this works, I'm going to go into the edit mode to show you how this can be set up. First, we can see that each question can be configured individually. We have the question, and if an answer is mandatory. You can choose which answer will trigger further action, and if it relates to exemptions, as all of the reasons in the JMS will be available to you. Lastly, you can pick what type of answer each question will have. What's important here is that you can configure each question to suit your needs. Once the questionnaire is built, you can see what it may look like in eResponse when it is deployed, as shown here. As you can see, the integration we have designed can really help out your jury staff as well as the jurors on the front end of the jury process. But what happens when a juror has received their juror summons or questionnaire and has made a request to the court? In order for this integration to be truly effective, we have developed a request maintenance page that will take all of the requests that have come in from our IVR, eResponse, IDS, or even from the court staff and put it into one area for you to dispose of. Once in the request maintenance page, you can see that all of the requests have been queued up for you to dispose of. It will tell you where the request came from, whether it be from eResponse, the IVR, or if it came from the system itself via IDS or your staff. For those requests from eResponse, you can view notes that the juror has left by clicking on the notepad icon, like so, or listening to a voicemail left from the IVR by clicking on the speaker icon, like so. Everything you need to make an informed decision is right at your fingertips. As Scott has mentioned earlier, having a web-based application at the center of your jury operation allows you to make use of the World Wide Web and web services to make your life easier. We have developed this into Courthouse JMS. One crucial area we have used web services is in gathering juror contact information. When I enter into a juror's record, I have a few options available to me. First, I have access to Google Maps, so I can determine mileage, find out where the juror lives, and provide him or her with directions. All I need to do is click on the icon like so. From there, I can utilize Skype to phone the juror, or get a contact number via an electronic phone book. The best example of this integration is what we have done with the National Change of Address Registry, or NCOA. Through the use of our Summons Direct service, we use the NCOA to do a full address check on all summonses and questionnaires that we send out in the mail. And we use that information to update the jury management system database. We can see this when we have opened up a pool record. We can see if a juror has moved and if they are still qualified to serve in your jurisdiction, all automatically. Lastly, we've been able to integrate with our support network so that you can make the best use of our annual support. As you can see, you can use a Twitter account or access one of our many training movies. You can call up our demo calendar or a knowledge base article, all from inside the jury system. So as important as it is to have peripheral products in your jury operation, if they are not seamlessly integrated with your jury management system, you will never be as efficient as you possibly can be, and therefore your jury operation will never be as effective as it can be. If you have any further questions, don't hesitate to give us a phone call or an email. I look forward to hearing from you. Thanks a lot.